Welcome back to BGP, aka Big Girls Panties, and we are going to discuss Kisha Chavis, the wife who threw her husband all the way under the bus. A few days ago, Kisha Chavis decided to push record to let her husband know that she had been doing OnlyFans and he exploded. Your thoughts, Adrian?
Well, I think a lot of times women will go back to their roots once when the money gets tight and things get rough. Then they will naturally go back to what they are used to, how they are used to getting their money. And I think that was the case with this wife. Apparently, their money got a little tight. And she chose to do OnlyFans. And from what I hear over there at the OnlyFans pages, they are making big dollars. And she was, I guess he's a former NBA player, and she was used to those, big dollars. So now she had to go out there and get it. And sometimes that's what you resort back to. It's what you know how to do most.
For clarity, Jim Smith is a ex-NBA football player. It was once said that he made $61 million.
Yes.
2011, he got locked out, and she met him in 2012. What's your thoughts, Nisha Wells?
So I think it's cute because when I saw the video of her going live to, because he's upset that she was doing OnlyFans, and he's like, why didn't you tell me? And she's like, I did tell you. And, he was just like, embarrassed. And she was like, she said something, and I'm paraphrasing to the quote of, you knew how it was before we got married. You knew what I was about.
Exactly.
So why are you tripping now, So when I said that, I was like, the first thing that came to mind, thank goodness for preferences. I love it. I love it. I love it. That's the first thing that went to my mind.
What do you mean by preferences?
Because I'm sure that when he met her, well, not even sure, but when he first met her, she was stripping and singing.
There you go.
And I'm willing to bet she had that body. She's, beautiful. She was a little bit younger, right? And so he told her, like, I could take care of you. You don't got to do that no more, because she's that beautiful, exotic woman that is preferred in our community. And so now the money's dried up. So, hey, thank goodness for preferences.
And I think how she tried to justify where it wasn't so bad was that she's doing it to herself. So she's just doing it to herself.
So y'all actually think she's a preference? She's exotic? First of all, she's older than him.
Yeah.
She got him about maybe 4 years.
No, but I'm saying she's young as far as her appearance, not now, but when they first met, her appearance, oh yeah, she's a preference.
Yeah, because now she's 52 years old. She don't got no business being on OnlyFans. That's my opinion. She went on TMZ and she basically said that he was broke.
Yep.
He was depressed. He didn't want to do anything. And he, instead of really addressing what she did and seeing the errors of her way, she also said that he had a side piece and he wasn't paying attention to her. And that's what he gets for not paying attention to her. Do you think that it was right for her to get an OnlyFans page?
I mean, if he's not paying attention and the money is dry and she need to make money, and prior to marrying him, she was making money, however it was, stripping, so-called singing, stripping, so-called moving around, stripping, the so-called getting that cash money, stripping. What do you think she's going to do when he disappears with his side piece and the money's dry?
She's going to do what she knows.
I mean, she going to do what she know best. Make that money. So do I think it's right? I wouldn't move that way, but I was never a stripper. So, Shit, she making the money by herself
And
while
let's
he
get
with his side piece.
some clarity though. Are there any children? I never heard that part.
Well, he has multiple children.
Okay.
He was married before.
Mm-hmm.
I think he got a divorce around 2007. He was caught cheating. They said with one of Nelly's ex-girlfriends.
Well, oh,
And then he had a little affair with Moniece from Love and Hip Hop.
yes.
And, she was writing bad checks on
she
this
couldn't
account.
cash. Mm.
And from what I saw, and I might be wrong, Kisha was married too.
Mm-hmm.
She was married for about 5 years.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And so he got locked out in 2011. I'm going to say it again. She met him in 2012. They didn't get married until 2018.
Mm-hmm.
So that's like 6 years. So she rode that money train
Yes, she did.
for 6 years.
Mm-hmm.
2018, he announced that he was broke.
Mm-hmm.
She married him in 2018.
Mm-hmm.
So she knew he didn't have no money. You rode that money train to 2005. She said that she tried to start numerous businesses around 2018, and remember, that's when COVID hit.
Mm-hmm.
She said she had a dog grooming
wow.
business, and, COVID messed that up, and she has a moving company, and he actually works for her at her moving company. So I just didn't like how she threw him under the bus. At the end of the day, they're supposed to be a team. They're supposed to be a unit. They're supposed to be two becomes one. So do you think if she would have said, hey, Jim, money's low, what do you think about me starting the OnlyFans?
Mm-hmm.
Would that have been better than him
Having a
finding out
Yeah.
a year? Because she's been doing this for over a year.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. But remember what she said on TMZ? I was trying to give him different business ideas, and he could talk to LeBron. He could talk to. She just started name dropping different celebs, and he didn't want to do it. So,
well, that wasn't actually on TMZ. That was on another podcast.
no,
where
TMZ too.
She said she had 9 jobs.
Mm-hmm.
See what
Wow.
I'm doing. He need to call LeBron,
Yeah.
Michael Jordan. And I mean, come on, you want your husband to start begging? But
Not begging, but I mean, so hypothetically, if we married and the money is low, like we've talked about in previous podcasts, what you gonna do, right? So if we coming up with business ideas that might be beneficial to our family and let's say other celebs that can, put us out there to make more money, why wouldn't we, try that? But she said he would be in his feelings and say, no, I don't want to do that. That's what she said when she was on TMZ, when she was talking to, them, that she tried to get him to try different business opportunities and invite other NBA players. And he said, no, I don't want to do that. So I don't know. And then that's when she started throwing the, him having a side piece and all that stuff under the bus and him being depressed and broke and, all that other stuff. So do I think it's right? No. Would I want to embarrass my spouse? No. But he knew who he married.
And my thing is that mortgage is still coming in.
It gotta get paid.
Bills got to get paid. And maybe there were some other things that she could have done, but like Nisha's saying, you usually go back where you feel comfortable. Mm-hmm. And apparently that's where she where she feels most
shaking
comfortable.
Ass
yep, shaking ass,
naked.
bending over, spreading, dropping down, getting her eagle on.
For some cash.
Exactly.
well, they say that your past is an indicator of your future.
Exactly.
And that's why they say you're not supposed to turn a 304 into a housewife.
Yes.
And there are people that have bad past that, do good in life. But her, I think she was wrong. And my thing I would be embarrassed. I would be more embarrassed to have an OnlyFans and I'm married to a ex-millionaire and my OnlyFans subscription starts at $15.
Wow.
And she has 5% if you join for 3 months, 5% if you join for 6 months, and 5% if you join for 9 months. Lady, you too old. And you could have thought of something else because she did say that she has a house in Cape Verdes that she was trying to keep. So she's dividing the resources and she's trying to help keep a roof over the house that the two of them live in that they almost lost. Wouldn't a solution be for her to sell her house? in Cape Verde?
Wow.
I guess yes, if I know that he's going, step into action to save our house. But if he not doing nothing and
I
he
gotta
gonna be
hold
with
on to
side
something.
piece all the time while we sitting there struggling and not getting these bills paid, I'm not selling my other stuff that I had prior to us getting married. I'm gonna keep it
I heard
because
that.
when we lose this house because the money's not coming in, I'm gonna move to that house that I already have. So I don't think it'd be wise to sell that house and try to hold on to something that may not be worth holding on to.
So within a marriage, her stuff is her stuff and his stuff is his stuff. But before he went absolutely broke, she helped him go broke.
You said he was broke before they got married, right?
5 years they.
No, she was been with him since 2012. She married him in 2018. In 2018 is when he announced that he was broke. So he must have had a little bit of
He had a
money
little bit of change,
and
yeah.
was whining and dining her. Well, here's my thing. She said that she left Germany. She was a famous singer, and she left Germany to come to the United States to be with him. Now, I did look her up, and she did some background singing for like Trey Songz, Usher. Name drop a little bit here. However, if you were so lucrative and you had it going on like that, you just wouldn't drop what you have. So I think she got a divorce in 2010. She got with him in 2012. She was thirsty. And at first she did not know who that man was. And when she found out who he was, she's a freaking gold digger. But I think when you're married and we fall, well, let's go back. Whose fault is it that they broke? Hers or his?
Probably the both of them. I would.
It depends. I mean, I don't. If he's supposed to be the air quotes provider, then it's his. It's his.
But if we're a team and we sit down and we are shuffling out
speaking,
bills at a...
You speaking 50-50.
Well, exactly.
Well, that's not necessarily 50-50.
It's just one of us is usually better at handling the finances.
First of all, Nisha's correct, in my opinion, that if he's supposed to be the head, he's supposed to make sure that they are financially straight. He played for, 13 different teams?
Yeah, he was
And
traded.
he said that every place he went, he bought a house. So
Doing too much.
And so then when it came to sell the houses, he was taking a loss. But see, he had Bentleys, Rolls Royces, all kind of things, all the materialistic things, and he never put nothing aside. And it's his fault. It's her fault too, because she should have had some foresight too. I believe what you said, Adrian. If we a team, we got strengths and weaknesses. Did she actually say, hey, Jim, we don't need to go on that trip. Hey, Jim, I don't need them red bottoms. So it's both of their faults because you're a representation of each other.
True.
Yeah.
See, it's hard though, because then, we can assume that, he was spending on red bottoms and clothes and all this other stuff once they got married. But we also can assume sometimes when people are weak in a certain area, let's say finances, they don't talk about that they going broke. You don't find out till somebody show up at the door and say, your house is now in foreclosure. So hypothetically, what if that's the case, that they are, some of the financial issues they was having, he wasn't speaking on. And then at the same time, remember, she's dropping because she's also upset. That man, it keeps dipping out to go be with his side pieces, right? So if he's not telling her that because he's spending his time and probably whining and dining the side pieces because he's setting up the next person in line when she's gone, right? That may not be her fault. Now, again, would I jump on OnlyFans? No. But am I surprised she did? No.
So they said at one point in time that they were spending like $157,000 a year, but they were only making $26,000.
God damn.
So that's why I'm saying she knew too.
She knew.
Because that to me, it sounds like they were using a lot of credit cards. Because once you get that much in debt,
yes,
and you have that
you rely
low,
on that
oh
credit.
my gosh,
you got to rely on that freaking credit.
Yep.
What's sad to me is that she got busted and then threw him under the bus. You know, to own up to what you did and leave him up out of it. Because regardless if you're broke or not, or if he has a side piece or not, you still did something wrong.
Right.
You should have came to your husband and told him, hey, you know, I could shake my ass. What'd you say? He might have said yeah.
Yeah, he might have.
He might have got in there with her.
Thank you.
He might not have cared. I mean,
Yeah.
he might not, or I don't know. But you see, they asked her, like, have you talked to him? Where is he? And she said, oh, he won't talk to me. He mad at me. He's staying at his sister's.
Yeah.
So that's real mature. I don't know. I don't know. Like I always say, communication is key. And I feel like when you get in a relationship, each one of us is going to have our strengths and weaknesses. So if the finances is not your strong suit and the other person, it might be, you know, it's real easy to just be like, you do it. You deal with it, right? So, but if both of them suck at finances and they just used to charging shit and spending shit and not saying, hey, let's get on this budget because we only bringing in, you know, your retirement, $27,000 a year. You know, if nobody's saying that, I could see how easy it is to fake it till you make it and buy all this materialistic shit that you really can't afford to appear like
everything is good.
Yeah, like you're doing something. So I don't know if I'm gonna blame her. Solely. I mean, they both play a part since they married, but like a good leader, you know, exudes. They take ownership of the failures. If shit's fucked up, they got to take it first and be like, yeah, that's my fault, instead of just placing it solely on her. So, yeah, that's
and
my
I
thought.
get that there's some embarrassment there that probably you done had this lifestyle, you know, and then all of a sudden now you have to really own up to the fact that the shit is fucked up. We broke. We ain't got it like that. And that's where your leader, your husband, if that's the role that he's supposed to be playing, he should have stepped up a long time ago and, you know, honed everything in and said, hey, we're going to have to cut some corners. We're going to have to sell one of the Bentleys. We don't need a Bentley and a Ferrari. You know, put your big draws on.
Let's do a podcast.
Yeah.
Let me go commentate.
Exactly.
Let me go. Let's do something besides you hopping on OnlyFans.
But he was depressed. That's right.
Right.
She said she was tired of living minimal. It was not fair. And she said, you owe me to stay rich.
Oh.
Wow.
So, final thoughts. Final thoughts, Adrian.
I think at the end of the day, much like Nisha was saying, and we all have said, is that somebody's is better in an area of finances than the other one usually. But like you said, it sounds like both of them did not do well in that area. And unfortunately, the ship sank. And when it sank, she jumped out and swam to OnlyFans. You know what I'm saying? That's what she did. She felt like that's what she needed to do. Daddy over there depressed and crying and acting like a little bitch instead of handling this business. So here we are. OnlyFans. You know what I'm saying? You got to do what you got to do. We got to eat. We got bills to pay.
I'm hungry.
Yes.
You know, I'm going to have to be in agreement. Like, shit, the boat is sinking, so I got to jump and swim. And he already swimming somewhere else with somebody else.
God,
so,
yes.
You know, I gotta do what I got to do to eat and make sure that some kind of income is coming in. So if my old ass 52-year-old self can shake a little something and they subscribe.
Yeah. Get your money.
You know, do what you got to do, sis.
Paper.
That's your thing. I can't be mad at you.
Right.
Would I do it? No. But can I understand it? You know, our first year of doing BGP, we had this show where we spoke on OnlyFans, you know? And I remember very interesting, someone was saying, you know, that sticks with you for life. It doesn't go away. It'll always be out there, you know, which is true. So if she don't have kids, or her kids might know, but like, that's my crazy ass mama. She know what she up against. She know what she got to do. He know who he married. If that's not the type of person you want to be with, you have that understanding. Also understand that most NBA players NFL too, but I'll stick to NBA. Most NBA players make a lot of money while they're playing. When they retire, it's very common, like very high percentage of athletes that are retired. They go broke like within a few years of retirement. So if that's the type of person you want to be with, you have to keep that in the back of your mind. Now you have your superstars that are the exceptions that know how to make sure that that money is still coming in, and they invest in different businesses while they're playing as well as while they're retiring. Insert Shaquille O'Neal, insert LeBron James, insert quite a few other athletes. But if you know you was kind of the low man on a totem pole where they was trading you a lot to different, different teams and whatnot, and you about to retire, that's something you might want to be mindful of when it comes to your money, the budgeting and not overspending and not trying to impress and live like the Joneses. I think we got to do better than that. And marry somebody more on your net worth. That's all. That's it for me.
I think that she did not want a marriage more than she wanted the celebrity status. They were also on Say Yes to the Dress, where she got her dress, for the wedding. When the boat starts sinking, you you can't jump off and be like, hey, you on your own. Because she said she had 9 businesses, and I looked up her net worth. It said 100,000. So
Oh, bless her heart.
I ain't none of those businesses
They're not successful then. Huh?
doing too good here. But I think at the end of the day, if he looks bad, I look bad. So I know a lot of people that have made a lot of money in the past. It hurts their hearts that they have to humble themselves. But I think there were quite a few things that they could have did. First of all, get out that damn house. Downsize that house. See what you could get up off of that. If he was reluctant to do any of those things, I can't blame her for trying to do other things, with the exception of the OnlyFans. That's disrespecting yourself as well as your husband, as well as your marriage. I don't understand why she wanted to record him. Was she thinking she was going to get some?
I think she was hoping she was going
get some
viral.
money. We need to keep in-house business in the house. That's all I got for you. Like, share, subscribe, BGP, and until the next episode, y'all know what to do. Keep them panties clean, and we out.
Bye.